Good morning. Good afternoon. What is happening here in the neighborhood? What is happening? How is everybody doing? I hope everybody has a beautiful and fun and exciting Sunday. Coffee time. No tea. gotta, gotta have the real stuff. Ugh. Yeah, people. What is John saying? I hate women. I'm sure you do. I'm sure you do. Right here. I hate women. Oh, fuck. Well, hope you're not going the Frank way and changing your sex, because he hates women too. Don't let him kid you. He despises women after what his mama done, and what women done to him, his ex-wife and everything. You and him are probably in the same boat. You both hate women. I'm sure it's not the woman's fault. It's just if you got a bad personality, you know, you got to get what you get, and then you got to live with it. Uh, but yeah, enjoy your time with what you have, because sooner or later it's going to end. Sooner or later it's going to end. All the good times and good relationships and the good uh, quality time. And some people don't know how to have good quality time. That's why they're in the shape that they are. Yeah, earlier the old man was saying, "Oh, you don't go to the beach. You don't go out. You don't do this. You don't do that because you don't show us. Why do I gotta prove anything to you? Here's a picture of me down in the beach. Here's another picture down at the beach. That big building is the Hilton, Central Plaza. Why do I have to show people what I have or what I don't have? Why do I have to prove myself? When does the old man ever go out and show you anything? When does he give you any good, solid, educational about his life or his life in the Philippines? When did he ever do anything when he was in Hawaii? Nothing, because when he was in Hawaii, he was terrified to go out because the locals couldn't stand him. So you don't see him out, especially by himself. You don't see him by himself. He always has to have his lapdog with him, or the pony, whatever you want to call it. See, she's saying we don't dislike you, but please don't talk about me. Don't talk about my relationship. Hey, you're only with him for one reason, not love. Please, everybody knows he's not with you for love. Okay, he's just there. You know, you could rub his feet, you could fetch his coffee, you could fetch his tea. I seen when you brought back, but when you went back from the store, he was showing everything that you bought. So these people, they live a make-believe life, and they trying to convince you that he is happy, or even you, Kuya John, that you are the man. You know, you guys are kind of sad, tell you the truth. I mean, why did you get blacklisted for 5 years? Hell, I overstayed for 13 years, and I got blacklisted for 3 months. You must have did something to cause a ripple. But people like Spanky, he causes more problems than anything. When has he ever talked nice about a Filipino woman? When has he ever talked nice about his daughter or his grandkids? Does he even know the grandkid's name? I doubt it. But is he a happy person? No. Well, one, because his boyfriend is locked up in jail, and he's kind of upset about that he got no way to have a good storyline. So yeah, you guys, people make things look like they're happy-go-lucky, they are on top of the world, but in truth, you know, it's very hard for these people to convince other people. Yeah, you hear everything and you see it and you go, oh, it gotta be true. Like all this medical stuff he's telling people. Please. 2001, heck, 2021, you know, that he was saying that Roberto has Alzheimer's and Roberto this and Roberto that. He is very jealous of Roberto. He even called the police where Roberto is from, and the police went to his house, but the police was his friend, and they just had to tell him what this crazy old man is doing. How many times has this crazy old man called up other people's work to complain about them? I know it's been a lot. It's been a lot. He called up a lot of people's employment and stuff. Why? Because he hurt my feelings. You. Itchy. Yeah. So like I said, this crazy person, he has no way, no room to talk about other people. But he has a show how many times a day just to try to convince. People already know who he is. People already have a judgment on him. Mike, Bob Cooper is doing better than 95 of the. You got that right. Bob Cooper is killing it. Bob Cooper has a good life. Bob Cooper has a nice young lady. You know, she's not all stretched out and, you know, been reamed how many times. But the old man, oh, he's not happy. He's not this. He's not that. You know, the old man is very unhappy. But you gotta look at him. Look at his size. I mean, like I said, Bammer, like is about 2 or 3 inches taller than him, and he don't like that. So the old man had to get elevated shoes to make him look taller, but he can try to go work out just because he is unhappy with his appearance in life. Is that our fault? Whose fault is that he is the way he is? It's not my fault. I didn't make him. Look at his genetics. That's why he always trying to improve himself by eating these miracle foods. He has to take all these vitamins. Well, one, because he's a hypochondriac. I mean, I bet you he goes to the doctor and the doctor goes, "Oh God, you again? What's wrong with you this time, Mr. Spanky?" Oh, let's look at what is Mike doing? Does your maybe not everybody's happy. Not everybody has a perfect life like Roberto. Not everybody has a perfect life like Don C, like Big E, or even Popeye. These guys are pillars of our community. Oh no, I don't want nothing from Bob. Bob is a good guy. I like Bob. I've known Bob for years and years. Even when he was in the Philippines the first time. I mean, like I said, Bob can do whatever Bob wants because he earned the right to go out and do things. He earned the right to have a lovely lady at his side. So yeah, Mike, what is this Kuya John? 5 years blacklisted. Well, like I said, you do it to yourself. You can, I am unhappy. Well, that's what you are, buddy. We know you're unhappy by you just coming on my shows and bashing people because you think it's cool. You bash people, you make them look bad, or you try to make them look bad. He, I hear he is broke and got kicked out of the country. Wow. You know, I did get kicked out of. Well, I didn't really get kicked out. I had a ticket. I was ordered to leave by a certain date, and then they said I could come back 3 months after I leave, pay my fine, and then wait for 3 months, and then come back. It's just going to be about a Frank rant. Well, he thinks everybody likes him. He thinks he is a man's man. If he was all that, he wouldn't be afraid to have people come on his show and talk like I do on my show. Matter of fact, I'll put the link out because that's what I do. There we go. Why is Frank scared about having people come on his show? Come on, Frank. Why is that? E.T., I just seen you, E.T. You had you guys were cutting down a tree in your area. I thought that was pretty cool. I bet you old Frank he couldn't even lift up the chainsaw what that guy was using. I mean, he doesn't have no upper body strength. He don't have any lower body strength. He couldn't even straddle the tree and climb it with the chainsaw. So I guess he couldn't even do that. Maybe Gilda could. Oh shit. She's more man than he is. Oh, giddy up, giddy up, giddy up. Shit. My big heaven is anytime. Yeah, I could never do 6, 7 times in one day or one afternoon. Oh, he's talking about me. I better hurry up and do a show. I gotta make myself look good. Oh, and who is unhappy? What is people unhappy about? We have Big E in the house. Oh, $5, $19. What is going on? Oh, Frank hates it when you, my good audience, donate to me. He hates that because I'm talking about the truth about the frail man. It's not my fault that he is the way he is. You know, when was the last time you talked to your family members? When was the last time you called up your daughter and say, "Hey, how are things going? What's going on with you?" Please, when was the last time? We have Biggie in the house.
What's
Good,
up, buddy?
good afternoon. Good evening. What's up? I am living the dream, buddy. I am happy. I got girls. I got, well, a couple of girls, not many girls. Matter of fact, talk about girls. You you seen me with a girl when I was in Vietnam. Matter of fact, on my birthday that you took me to, I was at a birthday party. Well, you hosted the birthday
Of
party. At,
course. I saw you with two
yeah.
girls, and I saw you with a girl in Bangkok. I just saw that girl 2 nights ago. She asked about you, if you remember.
Did you really?
Of course.
I remember her because, well,
Aside from
she
being
was
super
one, a
cute and
nice
young,
lady. Well,
absolutely.
there's nothing wrong about having a younger companion. I'm not talking about like 10 years my age, but I mean, if she's like around legal age, what, 21, like drinking age, and there's nothing wrong about having a companion. There's nothing wrong about having more than one companion.
Well, obviously, I agree with you.
Well, well,
But
I'm not. Oh, wait. Matter of fact, I got a picture right here that I am kissing a girl. Ha! I mean, and this old man saying that I don't get nothing, I can't get it up. He's just mad because he's having problems. Maybe most likely, I bet psychological problems, and he probably has physical problems. And Gilda saying, please hurry up and get it over with. It's Wednesday. Please, this is your only day for you to get some. Please hurry up.
mm,
I mean, this is my opinion, of course, only.
well, aside from that, how is life going? You're up in Chiang Mai, right?
Yeah, I've been there for a week. Jay asked me about it, and I'm talking to my buddy Douglas. He's my next door neighbor. He checks in on me very often. I appreciate. He calls me up. He drops by, him and his lovely wife. People have, you got a lovely wife, April. I mean, the old man don't like it when people are happy. They are content with what they have. I don't know why he's not happy.
I don't either.
Are you guys are you guys still in Bangkok?
Yeah, We're in Bangkok for maybe a month or more because I have a lot of short trips. Like I had to go to Bangladesh. It's only 3 hours from Bangkok, direct flight. I had to
Nice.
go Indonesia, just 1 day, 2 day trips. So right now I'm doing all Asia. So it's just easier to do it out of Bangkok. So we're doing it out of Bangkok, and then maybe a week, maybe 2 weeks from now, we're going to go switch to Kuala Lumpur for a while, and then back to Vietnam.
Yeah, Kuala Lumpur. There's a couple of our people here. I got a friend of mine that I met. I think, yeah, I got a picture of him. Him and I are out and about in town, and he's from Kuala Lumpur.
Oh, it's really
Cause
Kuala Lumpur is great, man. I met ET there a couple times. He's a terrific guy, just like
yep,
Don C is a terrific guy, and I've been so fortunate. I've got to meet so many different people from all over. Even I met all the Vietnam vloggers, and I met some of the Thailand vloggers. So it's been
yeah, you
good.
introduced me to one of the bloggers. He remember on my birthday that one man that has Filipino friend
That,
companion.
that is correct. Yes, and I just did an upload about Don C, and I was pointing out that people making attacking people for volunteering is truly ludicrous. It's like one of the worst things that I've ever heard of in my life. But I happened to catch your show for only about 5 minutes yesterday, and that's what you were talking about. And I almost think it's surreal. It doesn't seem like anyone would ever make fun of something like that. But one of the things I pointed out in that upload is everyone, we've all met a lot of people. You've met a lot of people. You
Oh
know,
yeah,
I've met maybe 60 or 70 people from YouTube from the different genres. And all but about two or three of them I got along with just fine. I've met you maybe, what, 10 times?
oh
Um,
yeah.
I met
I mean,
Don
here in
C.
Vietnam,
Yeah,
Bangkok.
lots of places.
Oh,
We,
Chiang Mai also.
yeah. And of course, it doesn't mean that you never have a argument. Of course, people argue sometimes, but it always just gets, brushed under the rug the next day and everything's normal. That happens in
Yeah.
life. But like everyone who's met Don C, and he's met a lot of people, likes Don C. He's funny, he's witty, he's smart, he's a great guy.
And a good
And to
host.
Yeah, he's a terrific guy. And to attack him for volunteering at an elephant sanctuary hits a new low. It hits a new low. Honestly, of all the low things, that's you know as low as it gets. But I think one thing I pointed out in my video is you can always tell about people when people meet them and they like the people after they meet them versus people who meet a different person and end up hating that person after. So the person
Oh yeah.
attacking Don C is universally hated by every single person that's met him, and everyone
Oh,
that's
come
met
on
Don
now. Is
C
that
likes him.
true?
I never met him, so I can't say for myself personally, but
Oh. Well, Mick Fisher met him. Met up with him a couple of times, and I guess Mick Fisher took him out to eat. And
yes, he
I
did.
understand that the old man ordered the most expensivest dish in on the menu. I don't understand.
That
He's taking advantage of
that I
something
don't.
that.
I'm not aware of that part of it, but I know that Mick lives there close to us. We've been working out in the gym almost daily for 7 months, and he's part of our family.
Yeah.
He's terrific with our kids. I mean, the April and Honeyco love him, and he's a great guy, and he does more for people behind the scenes than anybody could ever imagine. I don't want to say what it is but it's extensive. He doesn't want any fanfare or credit, but he's a terrific guy. So we've met all these people, and everybody gets along after the fact. I've met Ricky a bunch of times, get along great with him. Jay, same thing. So
Yeah, both of them are
why,
stand-up people.
yeah, why do we get along after the fact? But why does this other person in question? Everything either ends up with a case or a big fight. You know them by their fruits, as the Bible says, and the fruit of this other person is rotten and
And,
horrid.
and
So if he's
sour.
listening, I just want to
Oh,
encourage him to
you know
stop
he's listening.
being the way you are. You're an embarrassment to the human race, and it's just I never listened to him. I haven't listened to him in 6 months. I don't even watch it anymore, but I hear it. People send me clips sometimes, and It's, I mean, it's disgusting. But anyway, as far as our situation, for all the three or four people who like to criticize, we have a very happy life. All of us love our life. It's not fake. It's
Yeah,
not something we're doing for the camera. And you've met us all, and you know how we are. We're the same way off camera as we are on camera,
correct.
and we're
And I
happy
met
with our life.
your kids, Honeyco, BigKspecial, all of your group, and we always had a good time and a good
Yes,
rapport.
that's right. Yeah, we did. And so we're not going to change our life to appease some bullshit troll or a host on a YouTube channel. I don't care if you don't like us or our morals or whatever, but we're happy with our life, man. Just get over it. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Oh, I like right here. I'm with the girl. I mean, like I said, he says that I don't have girls. I can't have a relationship because I don't show her like live and I mean, how often does he show Gilder? I mean, like I said, the little man has a identity problem.
Well, getting a girl in Southeast Asia is not exactly a hard thing to do, right? That's why
Oh,
people come. That's why people come, because you can get girls. Even Michael Fazio, who lived in a shack, was able to get a girl to come and live with them for 3 years.
yeah.
So it's not some far fetched idea that somebody goes to Southeast Asia and has a girl. I don't know anybody who can't get one. Even the guy, I mean, even the guy that you went out with on your birthday, he doesn't look like somebody who could easily get girls back home, but he comes to Southeast Asia and he has that girl, that Filipino girl that was with him, and they've been together for a couple of years now. So it's not like it's the hardest challenge in the world. So I've seen you personally with at least four different girls in a social setting. So anyone who says you can't get a girl is just full of it.
and,
Full of
and,
it.
and, and he talked about my walking, my legs. I mean, I'm not going to do no foot race, but you took me out down by the beach. We all walked from the restaurant to the beach in Da Nang. Don C
Absolutely.
and I, we go out walking and do things. So I
Right,
mean,
right,
this
right.
man has, like I said, has because he can't do it. Everybody can't do it.
Well, let's have a little history lesson, okay, for those who don't know. Kevin got it. He broke his leg on a diving board accident. And
Yeah,
when I met Kevin back in, I believe it was the last July or August, wasn't it, when you first arrived?
yeah. Almost like a
I
year ago.
I met Kevin the second day he was in Asia, and he could barely walk. He had a
Bangkok.
brace. He had a tough time getting around Bangkok because his leg was still not good. And going up there, you have to do a lot of stairs in Bangkok to go up to the BTS and so on.
Yeah,
But and then I met him in Chiang Mai. Well, he was walking much better. By the time I met him in Da Nang, he's running around like it's nothing. So he's
yeah,
walking perfectly fine now. And part of his inability to walk had to do with recovering from his injury. Not because he
correct.
has diabetes, not because he had his legs cut off.
There's one good gentleman says, Kevin, you don't need to defend yourself. I don't need to explain why or explain anything, especially to this little man.
I agree with that statement. You really don't. That's why I never defend myself. I'm just telling you that we're happy with our life. I've been living in Asia for more than 10 years. I don't need to, I could care less what, any, there's only two or three people. The rest of the people in the chat are just baiting the guy, and he's so dumb, he takes it every
Oh yeah,
time. It's just so
yeah.
obvious.
He's very
Sometimes
gullible.
in the past, a long time ago, I was one of the people baiting him, trying to get him to talk shit about me. And so Don C was doing the exact
Really,
same thing. Oh yeah, we've all done it. We all know who they are. So it's just
Roberto
so
done it.
yeah, well that's who we learned it from. But it's so easy to bait the person. He falls for it every single time. And I don't even understand why that lifestyle, he must be just so miserable with his lifestyle. He has nothing better to do but than to do YouTube all day and attack people. I'm not going to listen to him all day as he attacks people. I never listen to it anymore because I'm busy. You know what I mean? I'm too busy. I got the whole family here. I don't have time. Plus the work that I'm doing and the traveling, I just don't have the time to devote myself to listening to the same old BS every single time.
And like I said, he even talks bad about poor Nico. What did Nico ever do to him, or what did Nico ever say about him? Nothing.
Not only nothing, but we want to say also a special shout out to Nico, Popeye, Ricky, and all the other veterans on Memorial Day coming up. Nico served in war and got injured during the battle. So, oh, it just suddenly started raining, Kevin. My gosh. We're out here at the
Yeah,
park right now.
it rained here earlier too.
Holy moly. Let me get to a shelter here. Oh, I'm not sure how to turn the camera on.
Hey, Courier
Do you have
John,
your phone?
maybe you should go hang out over at Frank's channel. I think that's a good place for you to go hang out at. Okay. Thank you, Don. See, I was looking at something. Yeah, Kuya John. You know, you're as bitter as the old man, and you can go to his place and go hang out because you won't be missed here.
There's Don C. We were talking about you, Don, about how everyone who's met you liked you and how the community's hit a new low when people are attacking people for doing volunteer work. Kind of hard to get any
Yeah,
lower than
I
that.
even showed I showed my Red Cross from the Philippines. I give blood. I donate. People donate time. People donate money. I donated blood because this lady, she was in an accident and she needed blood. So I just went down to the hospital with another friend of mine, and we both donated blood.
Good for you. It's good.
I think it's our community service to give blood. I don't
Yeah.
think he could do it because he had too many physical hangups, and I don't think the old man could even do that because he has so many impurities in him.
I went down to donate blood 3 weeks ago. I went all the way down there and they said, oops, we changed the day to Thursday and I went the wrong day. I believe in donating blood too. I try to do it 2 or 3 times a year for the same reason.
There you go.
It's also good to do it health wise to lower your iron level in your blood and hematocrit and other things like that. There's some good reasons to do it. Not to overdo it.
Yeah,
You can become anemic, but but it is good to do from time to time.
yeah, and it makes you feel good because you are donating for somebody else's happiness, somebody else's life. You're giving because giving is caring, but you know that already.
Yeah. I mean, I think everybody hopefully gives back for all the blessings that they've had. And it's not a dollar amount. It's you do what you can do reasonably. That's why
Here's another $5. Thank you for the super chat.
I'm glad to see Gogo Bobo's sister is back. I thought that she had disappeared for a while. I met Gogo Bobo's sister in New York City a couple of years
Yep.
ago. Very good lady, and I hope I meet her again soon.
Yeah, well, Bob Cooper, I had him on the show last night, and he finally got together with his nice young lady friend from Hong Kong, and now they're both living in the Philippines. And Bob is looking good. He's out walking around. He looks very good, and he's happy. So I'm very, very happy
Oh
for
yeah, I
Bob.
mean we've all known Bob for years. You know, like he's a great guy. Great guy.
He's a staple in our community.
Absolutely.
But yeah,
Well,
like I said, that old man, he's just a cluster in his life, and he wants everybody to bow down to him and praise him for all the good stuff he's done. Which I never seen him do anything except because he always has his camera covered.
well, I genuinely would tell him if I could talk to him to he should give up YouTube and just focus on his family there at that age. Just try to enjoy your life. I mean, this is no way to enjoy it. It's your whole life is hate and attack. It's just come on, man.
Yeah, he
It's some
he he said he was going to quit YouTube when Barry goes away. Well, Barry went away, and the old man's still on.
because it's an
So
addiction.
Guild is pissed off about that.
There's no life, and you know there should be other positive things that don't. If your whole life is YouTube and that's all you do is YouTube, that's no life.
But that's why he has baggy eyes. I mean, because he can't sleep because he's worried about who's talking about me, who has a better life than me. You know, I mean, and Guild is sick and tired of it. Literally sick and tired of it, and probably him too. My opinion, of course.
Well, I'm sure she is, but I just don't listen anymore. To tell you the truth, it's so boring. It's like pushing. It's pushing. It's Groundhog Day. Every day is Groundhog Day. So
No
you don't have to
kidding.
watch it for 6 months. I think I've been about 6 months since I actually watched it. And um, if you play for one day, it's just like, wait a minute, I just saw that episode. You just replayed it again. You do it another 3 weeks later, it's the same episode. Every single day, it's the same. Don,
Yeah.
see it. Big
Even
E's leading with his wallet. And oh, these women, they're only going for him for his wallet. Oh, and Don C, of course, he had to buy his woman. And oh, well, just so I'm the only person, the little Oscar Mayer Wiener man that women like just because of me. I mean, come on. It's like, how many times do you have to hear it before you just turn it off and you have the script memorized? So I never
I
pay any
seen
attention.
John's wife. She's beautiful. I mean, your wife is beautiful. His wife, you could put out to pasture. but all joking aside, I mean, it's only time until he gets deported, and then she will have her happy life back again.
I don't know what their relationship is like in real life. I mean,
Well,
I
heard,
imagine
I did hear him like bitch at her a couple of times live. He forgot to mute, and he yelled at her, and that was really shocking.
yeah, I'm sure it is. But I mean, people argue sometimes. That's not that surprising to me. But I know that he has said that he promised her he's going to get off YouTube. If you're going to make a promise over and over and over, and you can't keep your word, That's not a good relationship. Why not just get off YouTube and focus on what you got going on there? You
Because you
accomplished your
can't.
mission. You got rid of Barry, so now go off into the sunset and take your victory lap and enjoy your life. I mean, it's crazy to be that age. It's embarrassing. It's crazy. I've never seen anything like it. So, but I'm just saying, for me, I've got a load of people here, as you know, and I've got so much work I'm doing and traveling. I just don't have time for it. I really don't pay attention. I heard the Don C thing yesterday briefly, and I was shocked. So
What that he put the challenge out like fifteen
no,
hundred
no, no.
dollars,
I don't
and
know what
he's
happened. I'm not sure exactly what it's all about. I only heard it for about less than 5 minutes, but I heard something about the elephant sanctuary part of it, and I
oh yeah
thought if
yeah.
someone's attacking a man for doing volunteer work, that's a new low in the community for me. That hits a new low, and that's hard to hit a new
But
low in this case. That's tough to do.
But it's not hard for him to hit a new low. He can go lower. Make no mistake about that.
And there's a man I've also met a couple times, and I loved him. Jay, how are you doing, buddy?
Good
real
man.
deal, Jay.
About this thing about he says everyone pays for women and stuff like that, man. And he likes to really press on that with me. I'm thinking, God damn, man, I'm not there paying for fucking women. I'm thinking this dude has just paid 3 million for one and lost 2 million.
Ac-
He's 100K grand G's in the sink over a fucking woman. You know what I mean? And he's saying that I'm paying for fucking women. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Actually,
I'm not
I'm going to
traveling
tell a story,
6,000
Jay. If I
miles to pay for women. You know what I mean? I'm just not doing it. You know?
Jay, I'm going to
Yeah,
tell a story about you, if it's okay.
yeah,
Um,
go ahead.
Jay and I met several times. We had a great time. We went out. He went out with me once with the full harem, if you remember. I had about 15 to 17 girls there with us. And then we went out with his girlfriend the next time. And he actually let me see his phone and his messages to different girls that he was communicating with. And one thing Jay said in the messages, I hope you're not going to be mad at me for sharing this. He tells them, I'm not giving you any money. This is no pay for play thing. There's not going to be any money exchanged. I'll buy food, but this is just like a regular date. I've read the messages personally. I might be the only person who ever has. So anyone who thinks Jay is buying a bunch of hookers has no idea what they're talking about. That's not
Exactly.
Jay Stillman. So
Yeah. Same with
Yeah,
Captain
and even the
Billy
girls
Jack.
that are around my apartment and stuff are just hanging out, dancing, having fun, drinking, order some food. They're just there having a good time. I'm not saying, oh, come round. You're on the payroll, you know. It's like, what
and
the
and
fuck are
and,
you
and
guys
of
talking
course
about?
it's ludicrous. And I'm not paying all those people that you met either. Uh, and all the people that met Jay, there was probably at least 15 girls that day. They all liked him. If the girl that he was dating likes him, April and Honeyco like him. It's whatever you hear about Jay, it's all lies, just a bunch of BS. He's a great guy. He treats them right, and he's fun. Has a lot of charisma. So don't believe what you hear unless you met the man and spent some time with him.
Yeah,
That's
Right,
I
my
right.
think with Frankie boy, he just assumes that like Ricky's open with it. Ricky's open. He's like, you know what? Yeah, I got this girl over here and all the rest of it. Ricky's open with it. You know what I mean? Because that's what Ricky does. You know,
that's
and
part two. If you do want to do pay for play, so what? Why does anyone care what
yeah,
another
and
man
you know what?
does with his
That's
dick?
his thing. You know what I mean? And you know what? That's what he wants to
And
do. But because he sees that, he thinks that everybody's doing that, and it's just not the case. And it's like, remember, he got off the plane and walked into a bar and lost 17,000 fucking pesos, right?
how's
On
that
bar,
possible?
and he says it was bar fines. And he walked, you know what? And you know, when he was explaining this story, listen to this, right? Listen to this. And I listened very carefully to this when he was saying this. And he was telling the story. He said, I sat down and I had about four girls and all the rest of it. And I bar fined them. I was buying them drinks and all the rest of it. And then The next minute there was a 17,000 peso fine or whatever it was, and I just walked out. It sounds to me he mistaken buying ladies' drinks as a bar fine, and he's
Yeah.
actually bar
Oh,
fined the girls, and he's actually walked out with him not even taking them. And they're just like, "What the fuck? This guy's giving us this money. He's
well,
just
they were
going."
happy. That was a good payday for
Yes,
them.
that's what I think happened to him. He actually mistaken because he said, "Oh yeah, I bar fine these girls, is buying them drinks and all the rest of it." That's not a bar fine. Buying girls drinks is not a bar fine. That's just buying them some drinks. That's being friendly. Hey, you want a drink? You know what I mean? But he actually thinks that's a bar fine. So they probably said, "Well, what do you want to do?" I said, "Oh, I want to bar fine all these three girls here." And they said, "Oh, it's 17K," and he's paid it. And then he's just walked out the door, and they're just shaking their head and say, "This crazy foreigner, he's paid bar fine for three girls and walked out the fucking door."
Well, you know those girls should come back again, please.
Because no one walks into a fucking bar in fucking 45 minutes and loses $17,000, 17,000 peso. It just doesn't sound believable. You know what I mean? It's just not. It's not. Let's be honest, guys. You know what? I could, fuck, I could go out with me and Barry, drink all fucking night and barely spend fucking 6K and go to 5 bars. You know what I mean? So where'd the 17,000 come from? How did that fucking get racked up in fucking 30, 40 minutes? That's just unbelievable. You know what I mean? I don't get it.
Then didn't he lose
Actually,
money
no.
at a place also,
Big
like
E,
a
do you remember
convenience
right when
store?
you got that place down at that what's the place there where you had the harem there, we had the pool
MO2.
table and all that in the back? You were saying order more drinks, order more drinks, I'm gonna spend this money. How much did you put down that night?
I think it was about 9K, 10K.
9K, and that was with like fucking what, 16, 17 of us in
Yeah.
that room drinking and eating, and we
Yep.
still couldn't spend it. You
Wow.
were saying buy more drinks, order more food, just to get to clock it up to get the fucking quota done. That was
Yep.
fucking a
You're
lot of
killing
us. So
it.
how
Because
does a
it's a
man?
consumable bill. It's like 9K, and you
Yeah,
get to
yeah.
consume the 9K. So that's like, my gosh, I mean, 10, 15 buckets of beer. I mean, it's a crazy amount.
Yeah, and the food. But this guy
The
walks
food.
into a bar for fucking 45 minutes and spends 17K. How does that work? You know what I mean?
Well, because he got a sign on his back saying "sucker." Please take advantage of me. Maybe
Yeah,
that's
but
why he's
you gotta,
bitter
you gotta
about
ask some questions
me
because
going to a
I've been
bar.
to places like where Big E took us and stuff like that. You pay the money and it's consumable. So you consume it. Me and my mate Sean and Barry was there too as well. We went to that nightclub in Mango Square and we dropped, I think it was 20,000, and we were just ordering pizzas and beer and drinks. We had to fucking consume it, and we had about fucking 8 chicks up there too as well. And we're just ordering anything to get through it. And I'm just thinking, how does a guy walk into a bar for 45 minutes, half an hour, and drop 17K? You know what I mean? No, no food, no nothing, no consumables, no sitting there for hours at a time. To spend that sort of money, you have to be in there for hours at a time, like hours with people in there consuming it too as well. It's not easy to consume that much money in the half an hour. It's just not. You
No,
know?
they just robbed him, and he didn't know any better.
Yeah.
Another
Well,
thing I want to dispel, and I got to run after this. The idea that Jay is running rape rooms and abusing girls. This is completely ludicrous. Actually, the real Jay is, I'd say, a little bit shy. Um, Very sweet guy, and not at all what you think. He's not attacking girls. He's not abusing them. You wouldn't survive this long going there. It's completely a caricature of the person that he is when you meet him in real life. So, um, like Don C said a minute ago, consider the source. Nobody else who
Oh
knows
yeah.
him has that feedback, and the one person making the allegation has that shitty feedback about everybody. So I got to run though, you guys. We're here at the park. It's raining. We're going to try to escape this. So I'll talk to you all later. Nice talking with you, Jay.
All right, take it easy.
Well, hey, talk about lady boy. Gilda, she looks like a lady boy. I mean, that's just my opinion, of course, only.
No, she doesn't. Don't say that. Come on now. Don't say that, Kevin. Attack the man, not the girl.
Oh, there we go. Somebody, I had company, and somebody just knocked on my door. But
Gypsy says, Jay said he's going to smash my head in. Come on, Gypsy. I'm not going to smash your head
come on, Gypsy,
in.
don't be bitter.
Jesus Christ.
Yes, marijuana is legal in Thailand. It's sold like it's like you can buy it just like they have coffee shops, they have weed shops.
Man, I tell you what, if I go to Thailand, man, I'll be smoking that shit. I'll be stoned as fuck walking around.
Well, they also have gummies and and tea and everything made out of that kind of stuff. I
I
think you
don't
guys
mind
should come out
smoking
and
the
hang
old
out.
hooch, man. Don't you worry about that, boys. I don't mind it. But it mellows me right out, actually. Like, it just really,
Well, that's
I'll
good.
probably go pretty quiet, though, if we're sitting around and smoke a joint. You won't hear much of me, and there won't be much conversation anyway. I'll just be sitting back going, fuck yeah. Quiets me right down.
Yeah. I never liked it because I always had to get UAs for my work, and if you have a dirty UA, you lose your job. And I was never gonna put my job in jeopardy just to smoke some herb.
So, Kevin, have you walked into one of these weed shops? Have you bought any?
No, I never went in, but I know people that have those gummy bears and those vapes. They have marijuana vapes, but I don't do it. But I did try some of those gummy bears, and they put me down. So I didn't really enjoy because the strength is pretty extra strength for those gummies, and I didn't really like it for myself. So we're
I'd
leading
rather buy the raw
into
weed and actually chop it up and smoke it, you know what I mean?
yeah.
I don't know about these gummy things that you guys go on about. See, we don't have that shit here. We just grab the raw
Okay.
weed, man. We just chop that shit up and just smoke it in a joint or in a bong or in a bucket bong or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We don't have that gummy fucking lollies or some shit that you guys take and
Yeah.
suck on the fucking thing and get stoned. I'd rather just smoke the. There's nothing better than rolling a nice fat joint and just
A
drawing
doobie.
that back, especially after you have a couple of drinks, right? And just drawing that back and blowing that shit out, especially with some good old skunk. Just blow that out,
Hey,
man.
hey, somebody
Whew.
this gentleman is saying Gilda isn't the girlfriend. She is just the employee. Well, yeah. Somebody
So,
told me once
hold on. I
that
didn't hear that. What did you say?
it's right here written down is Gilda isn't the girlfriend. She is the employee. Because somebody did said once they sent me a thing that Frank met her in a like a go-go bar, and that's how they met. So
Who
I
knows how
I,
they
I
met,
believe
Kevin? But
that.
Kevin, look, listen. Who knows how they met and whatever? Just don't worry about Gilda, okay? Don't worry about Gilda. Forget about her. Keep her out of the equation, because what he's doing is just, if you keep mentioning her and stuff like that, he's just going to set you up, mate. So just don't even worry about it.
Oh yeah,
It's
I
not
ain't
really
worried, but I just think it's funny
It's not. It's
that
not really worth
he
it. Focus
he
on
met
him.
her in a bar.
He's the asshole. He's the asshole. Right? Focus on the asshole, not the asshole's girlfriend. You know what I mean? Hey, in the past, I've said some things which I actually regret. You know what I mean?
Well, don't we?
Nothing against his girlfriend or anything like that. But it's best just to keep the fucking. And
She
people might
lives
say,
the
"Oh, Gilda loves
dream.
the drama. Gilda loves the drama." Gilda doesn't know about the drama unless Frank brings her in to say what he tells her to say. She doesn't have a clue. She's in
Yeah.
the next room. She doesn't have a clue. You know what I mean?
Well, she don't got
So
a clue with him too. I understand
his
the other
whole
day.
idea is to bring her in and say, "Look, I don't like this, I don't like that," but she doesn't listen to any of it. That's like that's like saying when people say, "Oh, Jerry's missus, she's a washwoman, she's all this." Does D get up and say, "Give me that mic, I've got something to say"? No, she ain't listening
Yeah,
to this
she's a
fucking
good-looking
bullshit.
woman too.
No fucking Filipina is listening to this fucking bullshit. It's all the boys are listening to this fucking shit. All right.
Gilda can't
So
read
bringing
English.
the girls in and saying, "Oh, she's got something to say," he's just written a fucking script for her to fucking say. She don't have a clue what's been fucking said whatsoever fucking ever, and that's a fact. All right, let's just be honest here. No girlfriend, even my girlfriends when I'm there, they don't have a clue what's going on fucking YouTube. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't bring them in to say their little piece. You know what I mean? Who gives a fuck? I don't give a fuck if anyone's saying anything about them. I just go, yeah, whatever, mate. Who gives a fuck? Whatever. The old attack the girlfriend tactic. Yeah, I get that. Yeah. You know what I mean? Who cares? At the end of the day. If someone wants to bring their girlfriend in to say something, then you're going, all right, we can see what's going on here. You know what I mean? They're usually getting coerced or getting told what to say. Because if you
Yeah.
think Gilda's sitting
Earlier.
on her phone, if you think Gilda is sitting on her phone with her headphones in, listening to every fucking stream that we're doing, that's a fucking lie.
She'll
She's sitting in the next room
commit
eating fish
suicide.
heads and fucking fried rice with her friends, eating up all the food, having a hell of a good time, and she don't give a fuck about YouTube unless Frank makes it a fucking issue. Let's be honest here.
Yeah.
Let's be honest here. We've got to be honest, boys. We've got to look at each other and be honest. Okay? No
I feel
Filipinos
bad
listening
for
to this
her.
absolute garbage. They're not. I don't even know why I'm listening to it, let
Because
alone
you
them.
know her life is miserable.
But
Yeah,
regardless
I
of that,
agree with you, buddy.
she's not listening to this garbage. All right? She's not. Hey, look, we got Kenji. Kenji in the
Well,
Philippines.
you would hope
We
not.
got, hold on. We got Ken here. Ken's in the chat. Ask Ken, is your missus listening to this bullshit 24/7? Ken? Because I've met you and your missus. Is she listening to this fucking
Yeah.
shit? Is she going to every fucking channel listening to this garbage? Fuck no, they're not listening to this shit. They don't care. They really don't. You know?
Yeah, I agree with you. But the other day, Gilda
Kev,
said,
when
I
you
got
come to the
something to say to
Philippines,
Kevin.
Kevin, if you come to the Philippines and get a missus, right, and you're still doing live streams, do you think your missus is going to be listening to this bullshit? Take it just
Oh,
from
hell
the other
no.
night, right? Just from the other night. Bob, right?
Yeah.
Do you think Bob's missus is listening to this shit? Fuck no.
No.
She ain't listening to this garbage. There we got Brevis in the chat. Do you think Brevis's missus is listening to this shit? Fuck no. Brevis is in the backstage, by the way.
Yeah,
I'm not
I'm
listening
getting
to
ready
that.
to get off right now because I got people waiting for me. They're outside my door. That's who was knocking on the door. I got people waiting for me, so I'm gonna. It's lunchtime, so I'm gonna go eat lunch. Um, people I'm going out with. So yeah, thank you guys for coming out. I'd like to thank Big E for coming up and hanging out with us. I also like to thank you, Jay, Real Deal Jay, for hanging out with us here in the bullpen. But again, people shouldn't pass judgment on other people unless they have a perfect life and a perfect relationship. So yeah, like I said, everybody doesn't have a great relationship. Not everybody wants to do things with other people. But I'm gonna, like I said, right now I'm gonna go eat lunch. And
All right, you eat your lunch.
so,
You look like you're starving.
thank you, buddy.
All right, take it
I'm
easy. Good
killing
job.
it.
Have a good one.
All right, buddy. Thank you guys for coming out. Eat, drink, and be merry. For tomorrow, you don't know what's going to happen. You don't want to be waking up and look like Frank. So you guys go have a good time. Have a good life. Don't worry about the other guy. Yeah, go live, Grievous. Yeah, go ahead. But yeah, you guys, just go out, have a good time, be happy, and live life to your fullest. Don't live life because somebody else is making you do things. Just have a good time. I'd like to thank everybody that gave me super chat today. That was very nice of you, all of you guys. Smash that like button. And thank you guys for coming out and hanging out with us. Another good show. Another good show. And hey, Spanky, don't give Gilda a whole bunch of things to say like you written down. Because when she was talking, it sounded like she had to read everything what she was saying when she was addressing me. So I thought that was kind of funny that you're coercing her into saying things that she don't want to say. She don't care about what people say. But I just thought it was very comical that Frank is saying, "Oh, well, we do this, we do that. You don't do nothing. Remember that you are nothing. You don't do nothing. You're just a keyboard warrior because you don't get no charisma to be around real people. So when you do a live, little bit of people listen to you. I have more people in one day listen to you than you have all day with how many shows you have. So again, that's quite comical that he thinks he is the ultimate YouTuber. He ain't nada. But again, that's my opinion, of course, only. So again, you guys, live a happy life. Don't be like this. Look at this person. He's trying. Look at the picture, and the picture alone says everything about his personality. What is it, Kevin? My wife could. Yeah, that's about YouTube. Again, not everybody is so infatuated with YouTube. I just do it because I do make a little bit of money and I do get um, gratification when when I have a good show. Again, thank you guys for coming on. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. And I'll talk to you guys on another day. Enjoy your weekend. I'll talk to you guys another time. Goodbye.